Welcome to Mr. Spencer's Classroom, and today I'm going to give you a quick 5-minute tour of Week 1's lesson plan. Week 1 lesson plan basically covers behavioral lessons. The main objective will be classroom management, and classroom management main objective is to provide guidelines that give students a sense of predictability by knowing the boundaries and rules of the classroom. These lessons will cover professionalism, behaviorism, and attitude towards math. Let's go to Week 1's lesson plan, Lesson 1. There we go. Okay, this classroom was set up for a 7th grade math class, 45-minute classes. The technology that will be used will be calculators, iPads, cell phones, projector, computer, Google Sites, Google Dot, and YouTube videos made out of PowerPoints. The material that the kids would need for the particular class will be pencils, paper, their IEP folder, and the handouts. We will not cover any vocabulary. Our essential question that we'll ask ourselves for this particular week is, how do we conduct ourselves in the classroom? We will not be covering any TEKS on this particular lesson because we want to focus on behavior problems. The content objective is students will be able to connect. Students will be able to make a connection with the classroom rules and real life situations. The students will be able to recognize and distinguish between appropriate and inappropriate behaviors, and the student will be able to analyze, apply, and evaluate the course overview. We will start out the first lesson with a quick meet the teachers, like a 2-minute video about myself, giving my bio, professional and background. Then I will give students a few seconds to ask me some questions about my experience from learning as well as professional. The next one will be, I will pass out the IEP folders with the handouts already located inside. And we will go over, I will read aloud, students will read together. It will be the recruitment posting. Basically, it's giving the students my expectations and letting them know what is expected of them for the whole year, and kind of giving them just a quick overview or outlook of what is expected out of them every day they come in class and what they should know by the end of the semester or the end of the year. Okay, as we move along, we'll keep on moving. All right, this is where I get to build a rapport with the kids. I will give them the course overview, which is basically I got from TEKS resource, giving an introduction of what the course entitles about. Students need to learn geometry, statistics, and algebra by the end of the semester or the end of the year. Then we will go over my classroom code of conduct. It gives the rewards, the consequences, and things of that nature. Oh, I'm sorry, I clicked on course overview. Excuse me. And we will continue moving. We will continue moving on. All of these sheets here are basically giving me information about the students, what they like, what extracurricular activities they have, who is their teacher in the 5th grade, 6th grade, so that if I have to go back and make a connection or research the kid or investigate, I can go back to the teacher as well and get insight from the teacher. Let's go to lesson 2, and all of these are hyperlinks to where I can pull up whatever handout that I have issued out to the kids, and I can project it on the board without having to change slides or change screens. And to lesson 1 is more like a build a rapport day, get to know you day. Lesson 2 is all about rules and procedures. Now, the first one will be how I expect our class discussions to go, and to teach kids that I really require them to respect one another and to help one another, and not to make fun of anyone when we're doing our conversations or our discussions. We will go over the campus or the district attendance policy first. That's in the IEP folder. Students would have to sign and date. Same as with the grading policy, the dress code, and the policy and procedures. Lastly, we will spend a lot of our time talking about disciplinary actions, which is all aligned with the district or the campus policies and rules. And then lastly, we'll talk about the cheating policy, just to let the kids know what their expectations are and make sure that they're informed of all of the rules. We will go to lesson 3. And lesson 3 gets me right back into the professionalism. I like to run my class similar to a business. I want kids to be professional. I want them to be innovative. And I want them to also feel like it's their duty to share with the class. So I will get each kid individually and have a one-on-one interview with them. And the handout is located right here on a hyperlink. I will fill out the interview while the students watch this video of 3 of my former students from an entrepreneurship class take the interview. That way that some of them who are not confident, they can see another child modeling what they need to do in the interview. So when they come back there to me, they are a little bit more confident and they're a little bit more prepared. And this is also a way for me to build a rapport and get to know the kids one-on-one during classroom time. The next one will be the student application. While I'm still giving interviews for those who have finished their interview process, they will immediately start filling out the student application. It's a handout that is located in their IEP folder, and it should take them maybe 10 or 15 minutes, but it resembles a real application from pretty much any job that you go to. Only thing is, this one here, it focuses on the students' the student engagement, the student attitude towards learning. And then we'll go in and we'll have the kids to sign a student contract. And to me, it's a binding contract stating that these kids are going to do everything they can to become a better learner, a better math learner. Students will also organize in the closure activity, they will organize their IEP folders. Let's go to lesson 4. Okay, now we're here at lesson 4, and this is my behavioral checklist. This is something that I like to get the kids involved in from day one. So the kids will start learning about behaviors. We will start identifying behaviors from their one-on-one interview with me the previous day. And students will make a checklist. If they're not comfortable making a checklist, I have a video of one of my former students from an entrepreneurship class to model what kind of behaviors we need to monitor and correct. And the self-monitoring checklist is a great checklist to get kids started on correcting their behavior. But if students do have a problem correcting their behavior, this is my reinforcement checklist. Students will have to get up and to explain in front of the class how they're going to improve their behavior. And they're also going to evaluate their behavior. Have they improved it? Have they not? They can all see this by basically looking at the sheet that they'll be monitoring their behavior off of. Closure activity will be the IEP folder. Students will start organizing and getting prepared. They will be issued a table of content inside of their IEP folder to help them keep their folder organized. The fifth lesson will try to relate how behaviors can affect student achievement and how we can, as individuals, how we can use math in our everyday life and how it can affect our behaviors, our work ethics. Also, I want to make sure kids have confidence, especially when they're preparing for a test, and just give them a couple of strategies about how to prepare for a test. This will also help out with behavior problems. I want kids to also learn how to set SMART goals that will also increase